will be left alone. Nobody will be tending to them anymore because they are worthless at this time. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. And when the beasts, the animals that people used to fear, will be coming in order for them to be also gathered and sent to their place of gathering. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ. And when the seas, the places that should contain water, will start containing fire. وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ. And when the souls will be coupled by their mates, if it was a good soul, then it is an angel. If it was a bad soul, then it's then a Satan that will be coupled with it. وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ. And when the little baby girl who was buried alive would be asked, why were you buried? Why were you buried? Why were you killed? بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. For what? Brothers and sisters in Islam, the earth will shake, the mountains will be destroyed, will be falling down. Destruction, complete destruction of this beautiful universe. All the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be destroyed. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, and this is the view of the Qatada, as Imam al-Qurtubi rahimahullah compiled, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ الصَّاخَّةِ. When the blast is here, يَوْمَ يَفِرُّ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ أَخِيهِ. A person will flee from his brother, وَأُمِّهِ وَأَبِيهِ. From his father and his mother, وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ. And from his wife and his children. لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ شَأْنٌ يُغْنِيهِ. Everyone will have his own business to handle. Everybody will be just caring for himself and herself at the time. Brothers and sisters in Islam, there is a view, two views regarding the number of times that trumpet or that horn will be blown in, based on the two verses that address the issues in the Quran. Verse number 1 in Surah An-Naml, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيَوْمَ يُنفَخُ فِي الصُّورِ فَفَزِعَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ وَكُلٌّ أَتَوْهُ دَاخِرِينَ. And the day when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would command Israfil, the angel alayhi salam, to blow in the trumpet, the people will be in a state of terror. The people will be terrorized by the blow. Here is the verse does not indicate that they will die. Now, the second verse in Surah Az-Zumar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ. And when the blow in the trumpet will be here, then the people will die except those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills for them not to die. Based on those two verses, the scholars, the eminent scholars of this ummah, have differed over the number of times the horn will be blown in. Al-Imam Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani rahimahullah, and also Al-Imam al-Qurtubi rahimahullah, with the view that it will be only two blows in the trumpet. And they base this on a hadith that is recorded by Imam al-Bukhari wa Muslim, hadith Abi Hurairah radiyallahu anhu. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, بَيْنَ النَّفْخَتَيْنِ أَرْبَعُونَ. Between the two blows in the trumpet, أَرْبَعُونَ, 40. And we will quote this hadith insha'Allah earlier once we talk about the resurrection. Now, what al-Qurtubi rahimahullah said, he said, فَزَعًا فَزَعًا ثُمَّ مَاتُوا. They were terrorized, and then they died. And they also based this on a hadith that is in Sahih al-Imam al-Bukhari wa Muslim, hadith Abi Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, that talked about how quick the people will die after they already see the events of the destruction of this world. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam talked about two individuals selling and buying a piece of cloth one another. So he will be unfolding it and showing it to the buyer, but he will have no time to sell it to him. Also Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam talked about a person milking his sheep and his animals, but yet he will not have enough time to drink what he milked. So based on that view, we have Imam Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah, Al-Hafiz Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah, the author of the tafsir, and also Shaykh al-Islam, Tayyib Allahu Tarah, Ibn Taymiyyah. They are with the view that there are 3 blows in the trumpet. But Wallahu A'lam, the view of Al-Qurtubi and Ibn Hajar, inshaAllah, based on this we will explain the inevitable journey, inshaAllah. But if you read in other books somewhere that there are 3 blows in the trumpet, then you understand where the difference comes from. Brothers and sisters in Islam, what is the horn? Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked, and the hadith is narrated by Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As fil Musnad and Sunan Abi Dawood. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "As-suru buqun yunfakhu fi," is a horn that will be blown in. Who is Israfil? Israfil alayhi salam is an angel whose job is to blow in the trumpet. That's all what he has to do. Like Jibril alayhi salam, an angel who's in charge for revelation. Like Mikael alayhi salam, he's in charge for the provision of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in earth. Like Malakul Maut, the angel of death, he's in charge for taking the souls of the living. Like Hamalatul Arsh, the angels who are carrying or bearing the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, also they are in charge of carrying the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also Israfil alayhi salam is in charge. His job is the book, is the trumpet, and to blow in the trumpet. Now the Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran told us that there are people who will be exempt from that terror or from that shock or from that blast. فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. There is people who are exempt here in the verse, except those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills them not to be shocked by the blow in the trumpet. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and by the way, the views of the scholars are tremendous in this area. Some of them said it is the angels, like Ibn Hazm. Some of them said specific angels, like the angels that I named earlier, Jibril, Mikael, the angel of death, Israfil alayhum salam, and also the angels who are carrying the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of them said they are the martyrs. Some of them said they are al-hur al-ain, the women or the mates that are created for the dwellers of paradise. But the best of take in this issue is that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has explained for us that he will be the first one who will be resurrected. And he actually explained this in a beautiful context, and the hadith is Sahih al-Bukhari wa Muslim. A Jew and a Muslim basically had a quarrelsome. They fought. The Jewish person said, by the one who has chosen Musa alayhi salam. Then the Muslim said, by the one who has chosen Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Muslim slapped the Jewish in his face. And then both of them came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, reporting the incident to him. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam became a little bit upset. He became upset, and he said, "La tukhayyiruni ala Musa." Do not prefer me over Musa alayhi salam. I will be the first one resurrected after everyone dies, and I will find him holding the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or holding or touching the throne of Allah, or standing by the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't know, was he exempt from the shock, or he is someone who was resurrected before me. So here is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself refrained from talking about the issue. Now, another wording of this hadith that explains why Prophet Musa alayhi salam was exempt. We know that Prophet Musa alayhi salam, when he asked to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala في جبل الطور, وَلَمَّا جَاءَ مُوسَى لِمِيقَاتِنَا وَكَلَّمَهُ رَبُّهُ قَالَ رَبِّ أَرِنِي أَنظُرْ إِلَيْكَ قال لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل فإن استقر مكانه فسوف تراني. He basically asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make him able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah told him, you will not be able to see me, but I will descend in the mountain. If the mountain stays still, then you will be able to see me. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descended on this mountain in a way that fits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mountain crumbled and Musa alayhi salam fainted. And this is the shock. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spared him from that shock because he already experienced that shock in this world. And this is the reason why the scholars explain that Musa alayhi salam could be one of those who are exempt. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let's take a short break and come back, continue talking about the events of the day of resurrection, the events of the hour. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The scale of justice will be broke before man. Now you shall have to explain